this angle I feel like I haven't been at this angle in such a long time. Hold on. But look at the dream catcher that I made. And it say L, that's my name. And the rest of my room changed up a bit, the L and all that. But this is not a room tour. This video is a story time. You guys have wanted a story time for I don't know how long. Y'all just been wanting a story time like all the time. When I ask for video suggestions, it's always a story time. Something. So I came I came here with the water because I'm about to talk a lot. And this story time is the time that I peed on myself in public. And I'm like, F my life. My social life is over. I thought my social life was pretty much canceled. And yeah, let's get to the video. First, let me tell y'all what I was doing when this happened. So I was on my way to an after school activity. We're just gonna call it that. Me and my friends, you feel me, we went to McDonald's, went to go get something to grub on, you feel me? If you watch my vlogs, you know the group of people that I'm talking about. Insert the picture right here. And yeah, we went to McDonald's like we usually do, went to go get something to eat. Oh, I do tennis now, by the way. I remember I had asked my coach and I was like, can I go to tutoring? Can I skip practice on Tuesday because I need to go to tutoring? He was like, yeah, sure, go to tutoring, this and that. And I was like, all right, cool. So I had to skip tennis practice and go to tutoring. You feel me? We went out to eat. Not went out to eat. We went to take out. We went to go take out. What the freak? That doesn't make sense. So we went to McDonald's. I got me a large fry with a sweet tea, what I always get from McDonald's. And I always mix my sweet tea with water because their sweet tea is way too thick. I mean, way too sweet. And I put in a large cup because every size is $1 now. I am no longer getting large cup from McDonald's after this video. It's canceled. No longer doing it. Always getting a medium at this point. Don't quote me on it though. Okay. We were on our way to. After that, we went to Baskin Robbins, I think. And my friend Ashanti, she got her some ice cream. And she let me try a little bit, but it was nasty. It wasn't Baskin Robbins. Cold Stones, but it was nasty. Like, the ice cream was nasty for some reason. Cold Stones ice cream, it just ain't been tasting the same. Anyway, this ain't what we're doing the video. But we catch the city bus every single time. Mind you, while we're sitting there in Cold Stones and I'm sipping on my sweet tea the entire time, sucking it down, not realizing that I had just dang near drank a whole thing of a sweet tea. McDonald's, I drank a whole thing of it, went to the bathroom and peed like this much, like a tiny bit. Then I refilled it, went to Cold Stones and drank almost more than half of it, like a smart one, knowing that mostly it is filled with water. Then we get on the city, we go to stand up. What are you eating? Anyways, we went from there, we went to the city, we went to our bus stop. So we're standing on the bus stop, I don't really feel anything, but when we were in Cold Stones, I felt a little bit of a bladder movement, just a little bit. We stopped at Starbucks to get a drink of water. Another time I could have used the bathroom. Mind you, this is an hour-long bus ride, so we get on the bus, and we move like one block, and I start to feel my bladder starting to build up, but I didn't pay any attention to it. And guess what I did? I continued to sip my drink on the bus like a dummy. I continued to sip my sweet tea on the bus like a dummy. I am so sorry. That burnt my chest. I need to calm down. So we're on the bus, we're chilling, talking, doing what girls and boys do, you know, talking and being teenagers, doing blood packs and all that fun stuff. Sharing our secrets, dishing to the being hip, whatever they call it nowadays. We're on the bus and the bladder is like starting to build up. It seemed like each block, like the bladder clock is just ticking. At this point, we're like halfway to the transit center where it's like a bus stop center, like the bus center. You know what I'm talking about. If you live in Indianapolis, you know what I'm talking about, like the little bus center. Let me not be sharing my address. We like halfway to being at the bus center and my bladder is knocking like, answer the door type stuff. Like, okay. My bladder was like, I need to pee, you need to pee, go pee, go pee. So I'm like literally in my seat like this, like, gotta go right now. My friends are sleeping. They really didn't care because this has happened before, but I didn't end up peeing on myself. So they probably was like, you always gotta pee, you know? I'm asking my friend Kevin, I'm like, when we get halfway to the bus, when we get to the bus center, will you get off with me and go to the bathroom with me? He couldn't go in the restroom, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, cool, we can do that, whatever. And my friend Amaya had asked her, how long is the wait? She said 10 to 15 minutes. I said, you think I'll go to the bathroom in that amount of time? And she said no, but I was still finna get off that bus because I had to pee like. So, we finna pull up to the bus station. I remember it was so many freaking stops. I really had to pee so bad. This is the longest bus ride I had ever been on in my life. So we finally pull up to the bus station. I don't grab none of my stuff. I run straight off the bus. I didn't even wait for Kevin because I didn't even know if he was gonna come or not. So I zoomed straight off that bus. I'm running into the station. Yeah, I'm running to the station. I'm looking for the bathroom, and I find the bathroom. Mind you, there's a whole bunch of weirdos in there, so I was trying to run anywhere. I was trying to run anyway because I'm not trying to get snatched, you know what I'm saying? So I skirt at the bathroom. You wanna know what I saw? 3 to 4 people in line for 3 stalls. Are you freaking kidding me? You gotta be kidding me, dude. You have to be kidding me. I get in there, some lady, I don't know who she was, some lady in line's like, all of them is took. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I didn't know how long I had to wait, so I said F it. I zoomed back onto the bus. I should have waited, y'all. I really should have waited. God gave me a chance to pee, and I said, nope, I'm not taking it like a dummy. Noah, somebody was in the middle of the sea, and a boat came past, and he was standing in the middle of the sea, and a boat came past and said, do you need help? And he was like, no, thank you, God will save me. And then another boat went to him, and they said, do you need help? And he was like, no, thanks, God will save me. And then the guy drowns, and he dies, and he comes to heaven, and he's like, God, why did you save me? And then he was like, I sent 2 big boats, you dummy. It's like, it was that situation. I don't know why I just rambled for so long. Anyways, I get back on the bus. As I was waiting for the bus, I was thinking in my head, dang, I should have waited for that stall. Dang, I should have waited for that stall, because it was like 10 or 15 more minutes until he took off. This is the longest we've had. This is the longest we have ever waited at the station, and I was honestly just pissed the fuck. I was pissed off because I'm like, why is it taking so long today that I have to pee? You know what I'm saying? Any other day he'd be scarred out the what by then. I'm waiting for him to go. I'm like, really? Can you just like take off the bus? I'm like talking to myself like I'm crazy or something. We're talking to myself like, okay, can he take off with the bus? Like, can he make this mug zoom by? Blah, 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 blah. Just gonna pop. So finally he takes off, and I'm like, finally done took off this bus, Reverend. Dang, our bus driver's a pastor. Anyways, so he's skirting out the lodge, you feel me? Every time he hits a little butt, my bladder's about to spill out. It was getting crazy. Anyways, we halfway to the facility, and I'm literally in my seat like this, my guy, like, I really gotta go. I really gotta go. I'm shaking side to side. I'm switching my coat underneath my butt, and I'm standing up a little bit. I'm trying to do everything to make sure I just don't pee on this dang on bus. Whole time, y'all, I was looking at my McDonald's cup, and I'm just looking at it like, should I pee in this cup? It was dumb people on the bus, so I'm like, no, I'm not about to sit here and pee in this cup. I'm like, oh, but that cup is looking really, really good right now to pee in. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we halfway there. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I can finally see the like campus that we go to, and I was like, oh my gosh, finally, I really gotta go. And I was like gonna cry because I was about to pee. I was finna piss all over that bus floor. I swear to y'all. I'm talking to my friends right before we finna pull up. I'm like, all right, I'm finna leave my stuff on here. Y'all gonna get it for me, and I'ma just go. So he finally hit brakes on bus. When I tell y'all, as soon as I heard, Nick, I didn't even have to hear the like, feel the bus stop. As soon as I heard a little, you know what I did? I grabbed my coat, stood up, had my purse on my shoulder, and I darted off that bus with the quickness of Jesus in life and everybody in it. Do you hear me? I was the first person to get off at that stop, and wasn't no jokes around. And I left my poster on there. I was so mad. Anyways, so I dart off the bus. I look across the street real fast so I don't get hit, and then I end up peeing on myself when I get hit by a car. And I dart across the campus. It wasn't across the campus, but it's like, the bus is right here, and then the campus is like kind of like back here, you know, like probably like not a mile. I don't know. It was a nice little run. So I'm running, and I'm not even gonna lie, as I was running, I felt free. Like I didn't feel that like in my bladder at the moment. It just felt like it was like up, like it wasn't like doing nothing. So I'm running. I try to walk for a little bit, then I feel it again. So I'm like, no, I gotta go. So finally I hit door, bust through, running. I'm like running towards the I'm like running towards the bathroom. I like doop, hit the corner, doop, hit another corner, you feel me? And I finally see the restroom. And the restroom was like, you go this way, and you turn and you come in. It's like a little bit of a curve, but it's not like doop. It's like just like a little curve. So I'm zoom. Okay, so I finally enter the restroom, finally. And I start to feel a little tickle in my urination accelerated area. That's what we're gonna call it. It was some girl in the bathroom. I don't know who she is. And I like, when I feel that, I was like, oh, and then I run towards the stall. Y'all, as soon as I hit that stall, it's just like my bladder gave up. As soon as I hit the stall, I could just start feeling, just like a little bit. I could just start feel a little bit coming out. And I was like, ooh, I was really trying to hold it in. And it was like I was trying to keep it right there, but it just would not stop. I just kept on going. So finally, I gave up on trying to hold it, and I just busted open my pants, flew them down, and sat on that toilet. Ugh, I know that is so disgusting. Never sit on public toilets. Never, ever, 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 ever sit on public toilets. But that day, I sat on that public toilet because I was trying to like make sure that my pants wouldn't be too much soaked. So I'm there sitting on the toilet waiting to finish. It felt so good to get all that out. But at the same time, I felt so terrible because I knew I had just pissed on myself. And I was like, really? Why did you just piss on yourself? And anyway, so I get done finally. And I'm looking forward, and I finally look down at the floor. And the floor is soaked. The floor it's like a puddle below me. It is a puddle below me. It was a clear puddle because, you know, sis was drinking water and tea. I looked down at my pants. I picked them up. I didn't touch them, but you could literally see how wet they are. My pants were completely soaked. Completely soaked. I was like, I have never peed this much in my life. So eventually, I finally tap in and I'm like, yo, you gotta clean this up. So I grab a whole bunch of tissue and I start wiping it on the floor. It obviously wasn't too much if that just got it up. But I mean, like, most of it was in my pants. So I'm just like wiping it up, and then I throw it all in the toilet, flush periodically, and then I finally got it all up. I look at my pants, and I'm like really trying to examine my pants. Like, is this a lot? Like, can you even see the line and stuff like this? Because if you weren't even to be able to detect the wet part from the other part, I probably would have put them back on and just had my mom pick me up early. But then I had to realize that right now it may not smell like pee, but eventually it's gonna smell like pee. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even do that. I'm just sitting there on the toilet, booty naked, trying to evaluate my life. So I'm like, you gotta figure out game plan. So first, wipe my butt and get off that nasty toilet. So I put my coat underneath me and I sat on the toilet as so. After that, I put my book bag on me because I was really naked. Yeah, I put my book bag on my like lap. And then I text my mom. Mind you, my phone was on like 3%. I was like, is my phone literally about to die in front of me? This day could not be any worse. Mom, and I'm like, Mom, I just peed on myself. I just peed on myself. And I need you to come pick me up and bring me a change of clothes. And I call her, and she's like, what happened? And I was like, I peed on myself. My mom was so calm about the whole situation. She was like, okay, I can come pick you up. And I was like, you gotta bring a change of clothes. She was like, okay, that's gonna take longer, but all right. So then I hang up, and my phone is like on 2%. So I had no source of entertainment for a very long time. Just sitting there and thinking, wow, you are such a dumb. Why would you drink so much and not expect to piss your pants? My social life is completely over. Nobody's gonna even be my friends. I remember my friends had came in like during the time like I had gotten done like right after I had pissed all over the floor. Two of my friends that came in and they were like, L'Oreal, are you okay? You jumped off that bus fast as ever. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be right out there. And then like 30 minutes later, I guess they sensed that I wasn't coming out the bathroom and they came in there and my friend was like, did you pee on yourself? And I was like, yeah, I peed. And then my other friend, she was like laughing. I was like, oh my God, this is the worst day of my life. And my friend was like, oh my God. She was like about to run out. And I was like, okay, it's okay. My mom's coming. She was like, all right, cool. My mom ended up showing up. She slid it underneath the bathroom stall very slickly. And I'm going to give it to her. I got in the car with my mom and I was like, thank you so much for picking me up. And she was like, no problem.
From the cheeks, I got a weight. The police snatched me up, I didn't have to say. I can't, I'm trying to cop a rape. I ain't